welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's take out my cornrows together. Like you can see, they are already old and rough, while I also share some, should I call it, profound statements that I've learned recently. And this is not me trying to sound like a motivational speaker, and I believe someone out there will resonate with this, and this might even be what someone out there needs to keep going, be encouraged. I also like to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to everybody that we started this channel together, and you are still here riding with me up until this moment. I love you so much and I am so grateful. I can't be the only one who finds it hard to carry on their hairdo for a long period of time. One of the things I learned recently, though not so recently, but it began to resonate more with me more recently, is the quote, "Life is lived forward and understood backwards." This statement might sound like English words. You see, growing up, there are days and situations where I would sit down and recall past occurrences and start to overanalyze, overthink, worry, trying to, I would just overthink these situations. And when I learned about this phrase, it really helped shape the way I view past experiences. Because now I understand better that there is no way you would have understood what will be happening tomorrow today. You only get to live every day as it comes. So you are living life forward. Then when you live your life forward, when you get to the front, that is when you now understand it backwards. That is why we have experiences that when something happens today, for instance, and I go like, oh, okay, so that is why what happened yesterday or last week or last week happened. This event has really helped me a lot because I could be such an overthinker. So knowing that, okay, I'm living forward, I'm living every day as it comes, I'm living life forward, and then as I live life and move forward, I tend to understand things that happen backward, and in turn, having this understanding also helps in other future decisions. But just being aware of that phrase has really helped my life a lot. Coming from an overthinker, hey, as I said earlier, this is not me trying to be a motivational speaker or a preacher. I'm only trying to say that like this could resonate with you, because when you try to like observe the way things have been going on with you lately, either your personal life or business or work, oftentimes we could get so carried away with worry, be so lost in thoughts that we might not actually figure out these things. But at times having these situations into the right word or the right sentence actually helps. It helps to like be able to wrap your head around what is going on. Oh, okay, this thing that I've been going through, this is actually the word for it. This is what it means. This is what I've been dealing with, and it simplifies the whole situation and makes life easy. Another phrase that I learned recently that has helped my life is that regret is a disservice to yourself. You'll be doing yourself a great disservice if you are judging yourself based on a past occurrence with the knowledge you have now. Let's say in January I made a purchase. I bought something as of January, and then now in March I am now blaming myself and regretting buying what I bought in January, because I now have better information and more knowledge about what I got in January. Regretting that situation would be a disservice to myself, because when I got started in January, I acted based on the information and the knowledge I had as I came. So now regretting that action now, I am actually disservicing myself because I now know better. I am now in a better space and I have more knowledge and I have better understanding of the situation. So I would really actually have to give myself some grace and not beat myself up about what happened in January. So, life is not black and white though. Life is not A or B. Life can be C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. Life is not black or white. So, in as much as you might want to make research and get to know about something, anything before doing it, or whether it is making a purchase or getting something, before you start making regrets based on that, just always remind yourself that regret is a disservice to yourself, and this will help you reduce the level at which you regret things in your life, because it is not healthy to actually have regrets in life. We have moments of lessons. We have moments when we realize, okay, what happened in January could have been better. Okay, now in March, I have more knowledge. Okay, let me just get the solution. My next point is that you should give yourself some grace. Lately, I have been giving myself a lot of grace, and I have been loving it. I love it here. What that does to you mentally, emotionally, cannot be quantified, cannot be expressed with words when you give yourself grace. Giving yourself grace could be in any area, any form, any gratitude. Let's take for instance, there are some friends in your life, or let's say some of your family members. There are some things they will do to you, and then you forgive them and you guys will keep going. Like your relationship might even start getting better. But oftentimes I've realized I will do some things I regard as, or some things I would see as a mistake. Like, okay, I made a mistake with this thing, with this situation, with this thing last week, and I will punish myself for it. But meanwhile, if it was someone that did that to me, I probably would have forgiven the person. So learning to give yourself grace, being gentle, being kind to myself. It is very easy to be kind to people, to be gentle with people, that oftentimes, consciously or unconsciously, we might begin to forget ourselves. Like, we might begin to forget that we actually also need to be kind and generous and caring and gentle with ourselves. That has really helped me mentally a lot, emotionally. So many situations that would happen that I would have punished myself, in the past, and now things that would happen, and I would be like, well, that happened. I'm not glad things turned out the way they did, but I'm just a girl. I don't blame people who say I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I think that statement comes from a place of giving yourself grace. Last but not the least, final point is pray positively. These things I'm saying might be sounding like English, but I'm talking based on personal experience. And these are things that I have observed and realized. If we can actually apply these phrases like into our everyday life, remind ourselves of these phrases regularly, I swear life will be much more easier and simpler and easier and sweeter and beautiful. I promise you. So, because I overthink a lot, I've learned to pray positively. What do I mean by praying positively? I started replacing negative things with positive things. For example, instead of praying and saying, God, don't let me have accidents, I'll pray and say, God, protect me, guide me. I'm going on a journey. Let me go and come back home safely. I don't know if you understand that point. Instead of me praying and say, hey, God, I don't want to go broke. Instead of praying in that way, in that light, I would rather pray and say, God, thank you for providing for me. Please continue to provide for me. Let me live in abundance. I'll say this one in Yoruba. Taking my no, my ola. So in every area, every aspect of business, every part of my life, I now pray positively, and that has helped me reduce my crazy overthinking, because when I overthink, it could easily spiral into negative thoughts, and I would start making myself sad based off of my imagination and my overthinking mind. I might start thinking of something crazy, and before you know it, I'm overthinking it. This is something that did not happen. This is something that is never going to happen. But my overthinking mind will start bringing up scenarios. I'll start analyzing things, and before you know it, I'm sad. And my entire maybe morning or afternoon is ruined, because it is so hard for me to snap out of a mood. If I get into a sad mood, it is so hard for me to snap out of it. I literally have to remind myself that, are you okay, before coming back to my normal mood. Hey God, help me. So praying positively has helped me eliminate negative thoughts. My thoughts are now tilting and shifting more towards the positive side, because I am now reminding myself of peaceful things and positive things repeatedly, and that is making it easy for my thoughts to spiral towards the positive side. Now I'm always in fantasy, or is it that I'm being delusional, and before you know it, I am blushing and smiling because I'm presently in delusional land and I'm constantly happy, and that has generally changed my mood. That's changed my It has helped me a lot emotionally. Just write these points, write it down, remind yourself regularly, and like imbibe it into your everyday life, and thank me later. Done taking out my corn rules. That will be all for now. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching. And this is the beautiful part. Please like, share, comment. Most important part, subscribe to my channel. And one more thing, kindly put on the notification bell so that you will be notified on time anytime I make a post. Thank you.